Okay, so version 10.0, the new software from Tesla. This is installed in a Model 3. Let's take a look here. So what did they add? They added Cuphead, video game, Smart Summon, beta version. Now this is what I'm excited about. Tesla, Theater, and Spotify. That's going to be nice. And Karaoke. Driving visualization's been improved. Automatic lane change has been improved. Feeling lucky or hungry. Ooh, that should be kind of cool. I'm gonna see if this weekend I can get lucky. Maybe on Saturday we'll get lucky. Map improvements. We've improved maps to make it easier to find, navigate where you want to go. Doesn't look terribly exciting there. Mobile app. Okay, and sorry for going through these so quickly. I'm not going to go through all of them because you can go to the Tesla website and see them, but I just wanted to see how they presented it here. Now I'm really interested to look at this application launcher, so let's take a look at that. So let's go ahead down here. This should be the application launcher. Entertainment. Theater. Oh, this is going to be cool. I'm never going to want to leave my car. Oh, no. Oh, that's too funny. All of Netflix free for 30 days. Okay, so I don't need that. I'm just going to sign in here. Alright, so this is funny. So this is my profile and this is from my son. So let's take a look and see how it works. Oh, this is wonderful. Oh, this is just incredible. So, you're not going to be able to really see this here on the video, on YouTube, but just to sort of describe it, this looks fantastic. I mean, this screen just looks so good. It's comparable with a nice HD screen that you'd have at your house. It just looks really crisp. The sound is fantastic. It's like being in a movie theater. This is just great. Wow. So I was in the middle of watching Gangs of New York the other day. Let's take a look and see what that looks like. Pretty colorful. So, colorful movie, good sound. Let's give this a little try.
That night, the reformers held a dance. That was the 5 points, all right. Hangings of a morning.
Oh, folks, this is just amazing. This is just a total game changer. I mean, the idea of now when you go to a supercharger and you got to wait for 20 minutes or 30 minutes. I mean, what a time to be alive. This is going to be so awesome. I mean, you could have done this with your phone, and you could have done this with a tablet, but it's just so much more convenient. It looks great on this screen. I mean, this is a much larger tablet than I own, so it looks better. Little bit of orangish color, a little strong on the red. I'm not sure if that's this particular movie. Let's go back here and pick another movie, something else maybe that I was watching. Something that's not super stylized. I was watching Mary Poppins, but that's of course going to have bright colors. Let's look at, here's a classic 80s movie I was watching the other day, Stripes. Let's resume that because that's going to have very normal sort of colors. Looks good. So I don't know if you'll see this or not on YouTube, but this looks really good. It looks true to like what you would have seen in the theater. I remember this movie in the 80s when I was a kid, and this looks like what it would look like at home. So the screen does a very good job of duplicating a nice cinematic experience. Okay, so now let's go back and let's see here. So apparently we can go to YouTube. Let's go back. So there's the arcade. Now how do we switch over sound? Let's see the Spotify business. So where's that going to be? I still show... Okay, I still show Slacker. There's your Spotify down here. Ooh, karaoke. I want to try that too. Oh, this is too funny. So you can sing along. Okay, so there's Spotify. Okay, so I don't remember my account. I'll have to figure out what my login is. Okay, so I've signed into Spotify here with my premium account. I don't really actually do a lot of stuff with Spotify. I mainly listen to music with my kid, so I got a lot of toddler music, and then I use Google at home, and I shout out to the different Google smart devices to play songs. So I actually honestly have more invested in Slacker than I do in Spotify, but Spotify is a better service, I know that. So we'll just take a look and see. These are some songs that I've listened to. Some stuff from Hans Zimmer. There's some stuff from the Wiggles for my kid. I like the new Morrissey single. So I'll have to go in here and mess around, but let's see what the sound quality's like. Alright, so what we're going to do is test this. I found a picture of you. Now we're playing it on Slacker to see if the sound quality is any better or worse. Found a picture of you. So they sound the same. So bottom line, I'm not sure how much of YouTube, how much is going to get censored here by YouTube because this is copyrighted material, but basically Spotify sounds as good or the same as previously the Slacker, the streaming. So that's really good. I wasn't sure if because Spotify maybe used more bandwidth, if it was going to sound the same, but they both sound really good. Entertainment. Let's go to the arcade. Let's check this Cuphead out and see how it looks. Oh, plug a compatible game controller into one of the vehicle's front USB ports to play. Alright, so we're plugged in. Play game. Let's see how this works. I've heard this is a really hard game, so I'm not making any promises that I'm going to do very well.
Well, Cuphead and his pal Bugman, they like to roll the dice. Now go!
Tough. Alright, so that's the general idea. I'm sure there's more to it, but I just wanted to give a little bit of gameplay there. So one of the new additions to the version 10 software is supposed to be an updated and better version of Summon. I'm going to go find a parking lot and we'll give it a try. So there are two ways to use the new Summon feature. The old Summon feature allowed you to go simply forward and reverse, but with Enhanced Summon, you can either click on the button that says Come to Me, or if you're like I am right now, you're inside the car and for some reason you wanted to drive you to a particular location in a parking lot, you can click on Go to Target. And there's a satellite image that'll come up here. I'll pinch it a little bit to make it easier to see. Let's go ahead and take a ride over to this far corner of the parking lot. We're going to click on Go to Target. Now, I notice it's been doing this. It drives like a very cautious old lady. And I like that because I love this car and I don't want to, not only do I not want to bang it up, but I don't want to bang up other people's cars. I don't want to hit curbs. So I don't mind that, but just fair warning, it's pretty stop and start, pretty herky-jerky. I've been fooling around with it for about 20 minutes. Now, I think what you can see from the video is that this is a pretty complicated, pretty crowded parking lot. There's lots of islands, curbs, there's other parked vehicles, trees. So I'm actually pretty impressed that the car is able to navigate through all of that. And there we say Summon complete. So back in the garage now. Overall, I'm really impressed with version 10. You know, we tend to get these little software increments over time, and they're not terribly impressive. There might be a kind of a cool little, you know, addition like a game or something like that, or like they added language support at some point. Some of the updates are more exciting than others. Version 10 is pretty exciting, and this auto summon feature is a total game changer. I don't know of any other car that, you know, you could be in a crowded parking lot and you could tell your car to basically perform the function of a valet. I mean, that is really amazing. And I just spent about 20-25 minutes testing it. I only caught a fraction of it on camera because my camera's been having some problems. This GoPro is overheated, and so a lot of the videos I shot didn't get recorded. But in any event, I really put it through its paces. I think the one thing I didn't do, I just didn't have available to me, were a bunch of pedestrians walking around. I didn't have a lot of foot traffic. And I didn't have a lot of other cars driving throughout the parking lot. But that particular parking lot I was in is pretty crowded with other vehicles, islands, curbs, those sorts of things I was talking about earlier. And it did a really good job of navigating a relatively complex parking lot. This wasn't the, you know, Back to the Future, the Twin Pines Mall, where you can get up to 88 miles an hour and have lots of wide open space. This was a pretty cramped parking lot with a lot of stuff in between, you know, point A to point B. So overall, I was really impressed with this. And if you haven't got the version 10 update yet, or if you're, you know, if it hasn't updated your car, it's worth waiting for. It's going to be pretty cool. I think you're going to really enjoy it. And this is all nothing to say about, I mean, this is without even mentioning the stuff I talked about earlier with the Netflix and now Spotify and all that sort of stuff. I mean, it's just unbelievable that this stuff is free. You get these updates when you own a Model 3 with the other models as well. But I'm going to say that Netflix looks best on this screen. You know, there's nothing like this horizontal screen, so it's quite an update. Anyway, if you have any questions, put them in the comment section. I'll try to answer them. If you like this video, do me a favor, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next update.